What's up, my chatterboxes? This is my review for Love After Lockup, Season 3, Episode 4, Liar Liar. So let's just get right into it. Please excuse me, I am a little tired. That's why you guys are getting this review late. I'm exhausted, and I'm trying to give it to you guys before I have to go to work. So, it starts off where we left off, where Chevelle and Quilandria, they're outside the prison waiting on Quaylen to get out. So it was a little suspense there for a minute, seeing if it was going to be him. So in Chevelle's confessional, she was saying how she's, excited for him to be coming home. A lot of people was, waiting on him, counting on him. He's gonna, change her daughter's life. She got all these high hopes for, Quaylen and her. And I don't know how all that's gonna work out when you got this overbearing mother on the side of you, looking to snatch him up, and she's not really too keen on him starting a whole new family, right out of prison. And she seems to have some kind of a hold on Quaylen. So we're gonna see how this shit pan out between the two of them. So Quaylen, he did eventually get out. And I'm telling you, he was one well kept, prisoner, okay? Like his braids or dreads were on point. He just was well kept. Even his tattoos, because I'm assuming, I don't know. But he was in there 12 years. He got locked up pretty young. So I'm assuming a lot of those tattoos were when he were in prison. They didn't even look like jailhouse tattoos. Now I'm assuming this, so they may not be. But all I'm saying is he was very well put together. Period. So when they were in the car, he was saying how he was like, I really want to talk bad about prison, but I ain't gonna say it. So Chevelle was like, speak. She was like, speak how you feel. Speak how you feel. You can say it. So he was like, man, fuck prison. I ain't going back there. She was like, you can say that. So the mom in the back, she just looking. She probably was mad she really had to sit in the back. But, she ain't going to rock the boat. She ain't want to seem like she bitter old lady. But mom, she got some stuff with her. So now we moving on from those two. We see John and Christiana. They're at the truck, where they're supposed to be getting married there. So Christiana, she was saying in her little confessional how, John has done a lot for her. She really do love him. And then John has said how, he's been married for four times, but it never been a Native American ceremony. He said, and so this one is going to be forever. Now my thing is, so hold on, I don't even want to jump ahead of myself. So they end up getting married. They tied the knot. We find out in that scene that she was 30 minutes already late to get back to the halfway house. And like she said, she been in and out of jail since she was 14 years old. She really don't want to, go back just because she got to the halfway house late. And this is my thing with John. If you really cared about Christiana, you wouldn't have been playing with her future, her future or her freedom like that. You really wouldn't have. And that's what I'm saying. Christiana, you might should take a look at how selfish John has been. It's not like he been sitting by your side for 10 plus years and, and he really went. No, y'all only been dating for a few months. So he could have waited. You know what I mean? When you got a home pass. Like, this didn't have to go the way he was trying to, make it happen. Like, to me, like, he's very selfish, and I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't. It's something really weird about this. Really weird. And I wasn't feeling it. I really wasn't. So now we have Tyrese and Shonda. Well, Tyrese. And he's over at, his family house. He said he hasn't been out in a while, so he brought his, kids along with him. So they're just there conversating. So we see Tyrese, he's talking to his cousin. So he just revealed to his cousin that she was 28. He didn't really know. So his cousin was like, "Well, you know, Hugh Hefner, he was 70." And I think they said the girl was 30 or something. And the cousin said, "Yeah, he was happy." So he was asking him, did the kids know, what was going on? So he said, well, he told them the little bits and pieces. So as they were talking, his son came up. The son didn't know that she was white. So when he found out that she was white, he got a little like, his tongue got a little caught. So he was like, well, what's wrong with that? I don't care if she white, purple, or green. What's wrong with that? So the son was like, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. But you saying she 28, he was like, so as he was like, I don't really know, if I'm feeling it. So the daughter walks up, and because the dad was saying to the son, well, it really don't matter. And the daughter was like, yes, it do matter. She was like, because what if I don't like her? What you going to, like, how you going to handle that situation? So the dad talking about it really don't matter what people say, because it's just I gotta deal with her. So the cousin was like, well, no, I don't really agree with that, because if she come out here and do you wrong, then we gotta pick up the pieces with that. So they should, we should have a right, they basically saying they should have a right to be able to, voice their opinion. Because like the daughter said, we don't care that she white, we don't get in all that. We just want to know if her intentions is right. You know what I mean? And like the son was saying, because I'm 28. He was like, and I know how them 28-year-olds be. My daddy old. He was like, my daddy old. He was like, and she just going to use him. She just going to use him. And the dad talking about, well, y'all don't pay my bills. Y'all don't pay my bills. I don't care. So, when he was outside, he was like, well, listen, if it got to be me and her against the world, then so be it. Because, listen, Daddy, you better listen to somebody. I know he stated that he was lonely. He been divorced since, I think he been divorced for like 19 years now. So, okay, I get it that you lonely and things like that, but you still have to think about what's going on too. You know what I mean? We can't just jump out there and forget our common sense. Like we can't do that. I'm sorry. Okay, so we did see Scott this episode as well. He was looking for Lindsay. You remember when we left him at the airport? So, he looking for her like, he lost his best friend. Like a little, sad puppy dog, looking out the window as the aircraft carrier was departing, all his passengers. So her daughter and her mother, they were already on their way to the halfway house to meet them, and he was picking her up. So he stated that he sacrificed a lot and put into a lot in this relationship. Like he came down Mississippi, he bought a house, to cultivate their relationship. And that's where he kind of went wrong. Even if you did move down to Mississippi to want to, be with her and see how things go, why would you make such of a permanent decision as far as buying a house? You should have rented a house. So if things didn't work out, you didn't have to worry about selling. You didn't have to worry about staying down there longer than what you really would want, what should have wanted to. So it's like, I don't understand some of these decisions that they be making, when they get all gung-ho over, these relationships. Okay, you in a relationship, you might not. You in a relationship, you trying to see where it go, but ain't no way I'm buying a damn house. Ain't no way. So we don't see Lindsay. I don't know where Lindsay at, but we ain't seen her yet. Okay? So Lindsay ain't get her ass out of jail. We all know it. So we see Sean and Destiny. They're in a car. They on their way to meet her mom and her sister. So, she had revealed that she didn't get. I think she said she didn't get showered. So he was like, "Oh, that's what I smell," like joking. So she was going through like the bag that he bought her, looking at the underwear and the bra. So she was telling him how he did, good. And she was saying in her professional how, they seem to be getting along good. He's really funny. So, she's, okay with him so far. He's still saying how he got this secret that he let go by so far, and he mad that he, let it go by as long as it did, and she probably wouldn't even care, but now it, just went so far. So I was thinking that maybe the secret is he didn't tell her that he had children or something like that. But when he was in a restaurant talking to her mother, and she was questioning him because the mom was asking him, because when Destiny and her sister excused themselves because Destiny went in the restroom to get dressed, she was asking. So the mom said, "Well, this is the what I've been waiting for." And she was like, "So you've been knowing Destiny for a year?" And he was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Well, do you have children?" So he was like, "Yes, I have six children, all by the same woman, never been married." So she was like, "Well, I was under the impression that you had two." So maybe that is what he's talking about. Maybe she don't know how many children he have. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, what? That's really not a big secret. I mean, that's really not something that I would be hiding from an inmate. You know what I mean? Like, why do you feel like you need to be withholding things from her of all people? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. So, she was in the car doing her makeup and, cleaning up her eyebrows, and things like that. So she was trying to get somewhat presentable. When they get into the restaurant, like I know I'm going back and forth with the scene. So when they get to the restaurant, the sister and the mom, they were really excited to see her. And I couldn't help but look, they all got those really, really big overbites. The mom, the sister, and Destiny. That's where Destiny get it from. Like, almost like Marge Simpson overbites. You know what I mean? Like, and mom give me that Marge Simpson voice like her. She could be one of the sisters or something. I don't know. Well, we revealed we found out that Destiny hasn't seen her mom. I think she said like in over 3 years, and then so the mom had revealed that she kind of not disowned Destiny, but she separated herself from her for a little bit. She said because something went on that she didn't like, and she said she removes herself from the situation. She said she kind of regretted, but she said she's not going to take the blame for Destiny being a criminal. She said, "I'm not a criminal. She went somewhere, some way, she went wrong, but I'm not going to take that blame." And you can tell what kind of upset the mom because she gets, she was real, real emotional when she was talking about this. So I don't know what went on between the two of them, because I did thought it was kind of strange that she said she haven't seen her mom in 3 years. I'm like, you would look like you just was in county jail. It ain't like you was so far away that she couldn't get to you. So something had to happen. But I'm glad it looks like they kind of buried their hatchet, because they are meeting with one another, and they seem happy. So let's hope for Destiny's sake that her and her mom can stay in contact and keep up their relationship. So we see Scott again. So Lindsay, like I said, Lindsay did not get off that goddamn plane. So now Scott, he is spinning. Like you could tell he is like pissed off. He's trying to figure out like what's going on. So he ended up kind of blaming like the Federal Bureau of Prisons, saying, well, with my 2-year dealings with them, this isn't too far fetched. But he's trying to hold on to that and not really put all the blame on Lindsay. But he said he hasn't been in communication with Lindsay, so he don't know what's going on. The producers, they egging it on. Well, are you sure she didn't get off the plane? Y'all was right there with him. Y'all know she didn't get off that goddamn plane. Like, y'all know. You know what I mean? What do you think happened? Like, he don't know. Y'all right there with him. Like, come on. So we see the pilot. He gets off. He was like, "Is this the flight from Atlanta?" And the pilot was like, "Yes." She wasn't on that day going flight. He was like, because I was waiting on my girlfriend, and I don't see her. So he talked to like the grounds crew. Like he was talking to people. We don't know what they were talking about, but he was talking to them. Then he was like patting his feet, but they was like, why see they Patty? Where TV is Patty? Why the hell they had to do a close up at Scott's shoes? It's bad enough y'all give us a close up of his lips, but then y'all had to give us a close up of the shoes. Like, come on. Scott, they doing you wrong. They doing you wrong, Scott. So anyway, we like I said, we found out that she did not get released. Well, we don't know if she didn't get released, but we can all assume that she didn't. He called the prison. They said that he had to call between 6 and 2. They couldn't give him no information. Like, it's just a case of a missing person per se. So we see Maurice and Jessica. Jessica is in the bathroom getting ready. Maurice is like kind of panting around a little bit, kind of rushing her because he got to meet with the parole officer. So he's planning on, meeting with the parole officer to try to get his parole moved to Las Vegas. He said, he got a little plan like I'm married, he's trying to get out of Dodge before he get in trouble. He's not trying to get in trouble. So we find out that he has a daughter, and he was like, it was kind of messed up having to see her grow up through pictures. And when they showed the picture of the daughter, she looked just like him. Like, he couldn't deny her even if he wanted to. She looks exactly like his ass. So, Jessica was saying how, she don't want him, to be getting in trouble or even to be up in LA anymore either. She said she got a whole life in Las Vegas for him. She got his house. They can sleep in their own bed. She got all his clothes. Her job is there. So she kind of got him set up nice down there. So she was asking him, well, how you think it might go with the parole officer? So he was saying, well, it all depends on what kind I get. I can get a good one or I can get a bad one. It depends. So we're going to have to find out. Listen, I hope the parole don't screw him over, because he said under the California 3-strike laws, if, he get arrested again, his ass is grass, and he already got 2 strikes. So Maurice ain't trying to go back to jail. So he say, like, because I think nobody tried to go to jail, but certain circumstances put you in certain situations, and sometimes it is best to get yourself out of an environment that isn't, that may be catastrophic for you. I mean, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? So I think, even though Las Vegas, everybody's talking about, I'm leaving here to go to Las Vegas. Las Vegas is not that great of a state where you may not get in trouble. It's a lot of crime in Las Vegas. It's a lot of things that can happen in Las Vegas. So, but I guess it's not what you're used to. So, you getting a better start because it's not the crowd that you're used to. But hopefully you don't meet up with that same kind of crowd in Las Vegas. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. So we see Maurice and I forgot her name. Oh, Jessica. They're at the halfway house, and not at the halfway house. They go to the parole house, and when he comes out, we find out that they not going to transfer the parole right away. So it takes 30 days for, I guess, them to process it. Then it takes 30 more days, and then it may be 60 days before he get a yes or a no, because it's not even written in stone that he may even get a yes. So then he goes call his auntie. So I'm imagining she may be the one who raised him, because even when he got released, he was talking to his auntie. You don't hear him talking to his mother. So I don't know what the situation there is, but his auntie is the person that's in his life. So he was telling her, it seemed like, they just want me to fail and not transferring, my papers. They just don't give a fuck. And the auntie was like, yeah, I know it's frustrating. And then Jessica, she seemed like she was about to cry a little bit, talking about, I just want him home. She was like, I'm scared. He could be, the longer he in LA, he, risk getting locked up. He can get shot. She was like, and I got a home for him, in the Las Vegas. So he told her, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He was like, I'm going to be home soon. So as they were pulling off, he was like, we going to Vegas. Just drive. Just drive. Listen, Jessica, don't drive his ass to Vegas, okay? Do not drive his ass to Vegas. Let him wait it out until he officially can go. Because you don't want to have him being a fugitive, okay? Because that's what will happen. Moving on from them, now we have Scott again. Scott ended up having to make the call to Lindsay's mother and the daughter and let them know that she wasn't on the plane. So the daughter like, well, that means she's not coming home. So he was like, well, unfortunately right now she's not, but I'm going to call first thing in the morning and I'm going to find out what's going on. So he was saying how, it's really hard to be talking to a little child and let them know that, their parent is not coming home. That's true. But it should have been more harder for the mom to get arrested. But, I'm tomato. Anyway, he have to, like I said, he's gonna call the next day to find out what went on with Lindsay. Now we see the limousine driver comes up and like, well, what's going on? And so he told her, that she didn't get off the plane, blase, blase. So the limousine driver in his confessional, he was like, listen, everybody that I know, from what he know of the situations I was at, he said that once you get your release plate date, they give you, your release date. They tell you, what time to report at the, halfway house and stuff like that. He said it's normally set in stone. So he already know it's filed on the play because they don't, once you got your release date and you coming home and you didn't have nothing, infractions prior to, it's normally a for sure thing that you're out of there. So something is up. That she wasn't being completely honest with Scott, but it will be messed up if she was withholding things from Scott. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because her daughter and her mother is involved in this. So that means you led them all to believe you was coming home, and you knew for a fact that you wasn't coming. You not only let Scott down, forget him, you let your child down. You let your child down. So that's really, you're selfish. I said it last review, and I'm gonna say it this review. Lindsay seemed to be real selfish. She do. I'm sorry, that's the opinion that I got from it. So he ended up having his steak dinner meal with the limousine driver, and it was like a little cute little moment between them, like an innocent little moment, I would say. The limousine driver, he tearing that daggone food up, and he was asking him, well, do you think it's a scam? And Scott was like, no, because she let me into her life with her child and her mom. He was like, I really don't think so. So the limousine driver was like, well, as long as you don't feel it, then it is what it is. And I don't really think she was scamming him far as she not who she say she was. I just think she full of shit. That's all. I really do. So we see John and Christiana, and John is driving like a freaking madman because he was so careless. He wanted to put his wants in front of, what Christiana actually needed, and which was her to, which was get into the halfway house on time so she don't risk going back to prison. So they're in the car, they driving, she's smoking, look like a little mini handheld hookah, whatever they call. And she's on the phone with her mom, and she was like, Mom, guess what? I got married. And the mom like, huh? Like, the mom ain't had no thrill by her voice, her voice. So she was like, say hi to John. So John was like, hi, Mom. She like, hi, how you doing? John was like, well, your son-in-law, he is so Joe. He was like, your son-in-law is driving like a madman to get, Christiana back to the halfway house. The mom wasn't here for that shit. The mom probably like, what the hell they got going on? So Christiana, she ended up picking up the phone with from her mom or whatever, and she was changing inside the car. So the plan was for them to be able to consummate the marriage in the truck, but he said that they wasn't able to do so. So when she was getting undressed, he was like, well, now this time I could get a little peek to see what it looked like. So you hear her say, you like my perky titties? And he was like, yeah. He was like, yes. So he was saying how she looked hot or whatever. John, he just looked greasy to me. Like, I don't know. Ain't no way I be sleeping with no John. I'm sorry. Ain't no way. But Christiana was saying how she really, really wants to get there on time. She don't want anything to happen. She wants to try to do it right this time. She said she been in and out of jail since 14. She said, it's always really based on her drug addiction. She said she was just robbing people, trying to get her next fix. She said she really trying to get one, the straight and path. And she started tearing up and everything. So, John, I really feel like if you don't mean this woman no harm, no good, get out of her life. Give her a fighting chance. Now, she might be, she got a long track record without you even being in her life, but it seemed like she really, really wants something different. Like she said, she wastes half of her life. Let her at least attempt to try. You know what I mean? Okay, so we do see that John got Christiana there an hour late, and she's shaking in her boots because she was like she don't want to go back to jail, and we all know that. Okay, so I'm done with them. So now we go back to Destiny and Sean. So he's still talking to the mom at the table, and the mom is pissed. She was like, well, if you lie about your kids, what else would you lie about? So he said that he didn't want to, he said when he first started talking to Destiny, it was kind of new, and he didn't want to, bombard her with all that at once. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Why would you hide your children? Period. Like, you built your relationship off bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So when Destiny was in the bathroom with her sister, Destiny don't even know if she want to be with this motherfucker for real. She was saying how, she don't know if she just willing to be settled down, just be with somebody. She like a free spirit. Like, Destiny looked like she ready to get in this world and do her. She was leading him on just to get what she can get when she was in there. That's what it sounded like to me. That's what it sounded like to me. She is over it. So they come back to the table, her and her sister. She was telling him how she couldn't fit the clothes, and she just said, screw it. So she ended up popping him. I forgot why she popped Sean. And Sean made a joke, was like, oh, you abusive. He was like, you hit me in the car. She was like, 'cause you was talking shit. So the mom said, oh, you better watch out, because that's considered elder abuse. And she was like, well, don't you got to be like 55, something like that, to be considered elder abuse? So the mom was like, yeah, that's right. He's much younger than me. So Destiny was like, well, how old are you? So he was like, I'm 45. She was like, you told me you was 36. He said, no, you assumed I was 36. She said, no, you told me you were 45. She said, so what else? 36. So what else don't I know about? How many kids you got? So everybody looking stupid, like with this blank stare. So when she found out that he lied about the kids, she was already talking crap in the bathroom with her sister, saying she don't even know she really want that for herself. And then on top that you got 6 kids, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. I'm telling you. And then we had, I forgot, like when they do like them little short scenes, we got Tyrese, the Chicago stepper, with his Pelly. We got him in the lingerie shop looking for Shonda some lingerie, because he said that she said the first thing she wanted to do is get rid of those grandma panties. So she is so he's in the lingerie shop looking for her some panties, and he got some he didn't go to like a regular store. He went to an actual like sex looking shop, it had some erotic looking stuff in there, and he got her some sexy looking panties. So he was saying, "Oh, I know the sex gonna be good." I guess the producers must have was asking him how he know. He was like, "Oh, I know." Oh, I know. I guess he know what his capabilities are. I guess he know. He can guide that sexual experience if she don't know what she's doing. I guess you know what I mean. So we'll see. So that's all I got for this episode of Love at the Lockup. I will not be giving you guys a review next week because I will be away. So y'all have to catch me the following week. So that's all I have for this episode. If you guys like the content, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and holla at your girl. Bye!